Hey there, this is a video about my 2006 Honda XR650l. I've owned the bike for about 8 years now, and I'd like to make this video explaining some of the mods I have done to it. In terms of performance, I wanted to keep the bike pretty simple. I installed the FMF Q4 silencer and an FMF high flow header. These are mostly just to save weight because the factory units are pretty heavy. It also has a pretty good sound without being too obnoxious. In terms of other performance modifications, it deleted the emissions system, installed a aftermarket air filter, foam one, and the carb has been rejetted to compensate for all the modifications. So it makes decent power and torque, but it is still super reliable. Another slight performance upgrade I have done to the bike was last time the chain set wore out, I re-geared the bike. I took a tooth off the front sprocket, taking it down to a 14. So now it's a 14 by 45, and I used a gold X-ring chain, so slight upgrade over the factory O-ring. It seems to work pretty well, getting good life out of it, so I can't complain. I apologize in advance for this clip if there's a bunch of huskies going off in the background. My neighbors have a sled dog team. So, those of you who are familiar with these bikes have probably realized already that this thing has quite a few cosmetic modifications. I'll try to remember them all going front to back. For starters, got a XR650l front fender. It's a lot more aerodynamic, doesn't flop around as much, looks way more modern. Got the 2017 headlight bucket. Only real difference year to year with these bikes is the coloring on things, so it's got a white one on it now. Got Amazon Special LED sequential turn signals, do the job. A lot smaller than the factory ones, less prone to braking. Got CBR 125R mirrors. They're a lot bigger than the factory ones, a lot more field of view. The factory ones are little circular 2-inch across numbers that don't really do too much. Got some 2017 XR bars. Their only difference being the coloring being black matches the whole rest of the cockpit. And got the CRF crash pad onto it as well. And then we have our tank. This is a Clark 4.7 gallon tank. If you're doing the performance modifications to this bike, I highly recommend upgrading the fuel capacity because it does not come with very much. After about a year, this was an absolute necessity. Can't live without it. The only gripe I have is it is a single petcock. So on this side, you end up with fuel kind of stuck in this side of the tank, and you only have your factory fuel on this side. So if you want to get the rest of your fuel, you have to lean the bike right over. Not a big deal, but still could be a little better. Moving on down here, we have Moose Racing aluminum skid plate. Works real well. Smashed it off all sorts of stuff. Never gave me an issue. And we got some XR's only foot pegs. A lot wider, a lot grippier than the factory ones. A lot better control. And now the back of the bike. To match the front fender, went with the CRF 450R fender as well. This one has been modified quite extensively to fit the bike. I'm going to try to link the form I used to cut this thing up down in the description, just so anyone else looking to do this kind of thing can figure it out, because these are not a direct fit by any means. You do end up chopping like half the fender. Got the same LED turn signals again, and this has an Acerbis rear light. I don't know, it's an enduro model, I believe. Works well, has room for a plate. The only gripe is you do need to install a third bolt through the middle of it, otherwise it kind of just, plate kind of flaps in the wind with the exhaust, the way it's angled. Other than that, the bike does need a new set of tires. These are pretty clapped. I do need a rake, all this leaf noise. But other than that, that's my bike, and I'm sticking to it. If you like the video, I appreciate watching. Maybe give it a like, and hope everyone has a good day.